I never ever intended to be in politics. I worked in business, formed my own company, but 30 years ago, I just thought this country's heading in the wrong direction. Why are we giving power away to Brussels? Why don't we want to be an independent nation that makes its own laws and decides its own future? So I got involved, and after a few years of campaigning, got elected to the European Parliament. I've spent the best part of 3 decades in and out of elected politics, but always fighting a British establishment that I never thought had the guts to stand up, frankly, for the national interest or its people. And what have we seen over that period of time? I've warned again and again about unrestricted immigration. Net 300,000 people a year. 10 times anything this country has had to live with since 1945. And yet they've let in 10, 12 million people over the course of the last 20 years, many of whom don't work, will never work, are costing us a fortune and changing the shape of our communities. I went into the Channel on my own, filming the boats as they started across. A huge number of boats again today. The Hilton Bromsgrove.
Can we book rooms there?
Warned everybody there'd be an invasion, but of course no one listened. I fought hard against the lunacy of net zero.
We pinned our faith on building tens of thousands of windmills.
Put into law by the Conservatives, followed up by Labour, literally closing down industries all over our country. On issue after issue after issue, I fought against the establishment. And I've won some big victories along the way. But 2 years ago, after Brexit had happened, and I'd retired from politics, I decided I've just got to come back and get involved again. The country is going down the drain. Britain is broken. And so I stood here in Clacton in the general election. And we saw a massive swing from a Conservative party that had got 72% of the vote in 2019, and we won with a good majority. I've really enjoyed the last 2 years. I've enjoyed being an MP. I've enjoyed the connection with local people. I've met thousands of constituents. I've visited scores of businesses. And above all, what I've tried to do is to put Clacton on the map. On May the 7th this year, we scored massive victories. Right across East Anglia, we wiped out the Conservatives. In the north of England, we literally took out Labour in areas that they'd run since the end of the First World War. I knew on the morning of May the 8th, when I saw the results, that Starmer would be gone. But I think the establishment realised they couldn't beat us by fair means, and so they've moved to foul means. Myself, my colleagues, all around me, coming under the sort of relentless attack, and often things being said, printed, broadcast that are simply untrue. And it's reached a level where, frankly, I found myself being told I'm guilty every single day. And it's got to a point where I thought this can't continue. There must be a different approach, a different way. And so I've decided, rather than being judged by the political class and mainstream media, I'm going to let you, the voters in the Clacton constituency, make a decision. I want you to be my judge, not the Westminster elites. You decide whether I'm guilty or not, and that's why I've called this by-election on the 13th of August. This is the people of Clacton against the establishment. My future is in your hands. It is completely your choice. In my defence, let me say this. Yes, I might have received a large sum of money, but surely in the wake of the death of the elderly Anne Widdecombe, you can see that I'm going to need money to protect myself for the rest of my life. What have I done? I've broken no law. I haven't underpaid taxes. I haven't misused public money. In fact, since becoming your MP, my personal expenses over the last 2 years are zero. No, my crime, according to the parliamentary authorities, is not to have filled in a form and made a declaration. And that's it. So please, you be the judge. Do you want to support me in this continuing political revolution against Labour and Conservative governments that have let us down so badly? Do you want change or not? Because that's why they're trying to take us out. They don't want change. They want everything to stay the same. And I would argue, actually, unless we get radical change, this country, frankly, is finished. What I want to know from you is what you think. And I'm very happy to answer any questions you've got. So please, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, give me your questions. I'll answer them. But I'm fighting this by-election against an establishment that wants to close us down, that wants to stop real, radical political change, and I intend to win.